Okay, it started. So welcome everyone. My name is Alex Vech, and I'm an Italian marketer and entrepreneur. And I have the great joy of introducing to you Tim, who's pretty famous in forums, software developer, and he knows lots of stuff about marketing. And so I selected to talk to him today, so he can tell us a little bit about his background and what he's doing with these two softwares, which are Article Insights and SEO Content Machine, which is pretty much famous. So welcome, Tim. Tell us a little bit about yourself. Welcome.
Yes, hi Alex. Happy to be on the show today. So yes, my name's Tim. I'm the developer of two tools. The first one is SEO Content Machine, and then the next one that I'm working on is Article Insights. So for those people who haven't heard, SEO Content Machine is basically a multi-language content scraper, and then Article Insights is I'm moving more into, let's say, you can say the white hat area. So it's more about keyword research, more about on-page SEO optimization.
Can you tell us a little bit about the first tool, which is pretty much famous? How did you start it? Why did you decide to create it first then?
Okay, so the story goes, I got started originally as an affiliate marketer, going through the 30-day challenge, which I don't know if you've heard about, was run by Ed Dale. So I started, it was basically a course that taught you how to make your first money online. So the first thing I did was actually to put up an AdSense site. And we're going back 4 years now. So I was doing that. And at the same time, I was in a lot of the Black Hat forums. And back then also about, it still is, it's about link building. And part of that I was interested was how do I make content for my link building campaigns? And my background experience before I was doing affiliate marketing or getting into it was I actually did study as a programmer in university. So my background has always been in IT and in programming. So I did what most programmers do. If there's something that you can build to fix your own pain, you do that. So that's exactly what I did. I built a small little program called SEO Content Machine, just a content scraper. And I was on Black Hat World at the time. So it was just a tool that I put out for free. I said, you guys give this a go. It's helped me. Let me know what you think. And then, it sort of took off from there.
You can actually give it a go on Windows or Parallels if you have Mac installed like me. And actually, you told it's a little tool, but it does lots of stuff. And I guess it's really one of the best rated ones in matters of creating content, scraping content. Also you have a couple of functions which are more advanced, like you can automatically download, automatically translate that, right?
Yeah, absolutely. So when it started, it was very simple, but over the last 4 years, it's grown. So I've just added feature onto feature, and now it's quite a monster. So yeah, you're right. It does article scraping, but it does a lot of other things, and most of it's community driven. So people say, "I need you to bulk translate," or "I want to manage my blogs from the," things like that.
Yeah, sure. And so you can both type in URLs like I did, or you can also search for keywords, and it automatically will give you back a couple of content that you can scrape, spin, translate.
Absolutely. So, and the difference that SEO Content Machine is to a lot of the other content generators is it's a scraper at heart. So which means that everything is customizable. So you can scrape Google, you can scrape any article site, any page that has content, or go out and find it. So you're never stuck to a predefined or predetermined list of content sources.
Yeah, sure. Like many other programs have,
Yes,
they're limited to blog directories and stuff like that. And now, why are you moving to white hat stuff? Do you believe Google is catching up with your software, or in general, the trend is really going through gray hat and white hat?
honestly, Black Hat is always going to be there. If there's a quick buck to be earned, there's always people interested in it. And to be honest, link building is always going to be important, and you're always going to need content. But you need content in scale. So we're not talking 1 or 2 articles, we're talking hundreds. So there's always a place for SEO Content Machine. But of course, the other side of the question is Google puts a lot of effort in trying to make it harder every year for us to build links, right? Because that's not what they're about. so as you're always talking about the indexing, you're always talking about fancy, cute little names for updates like Panda and I don't know what they have nowadays.
Sure.
Yeah, but the thing is, it's always going to be there. But what I've actually noticed is that in the English market, it's saturated, right? It's difficult. There are a lot of tools out there. There's lots of competition. But the growth market is in non-English SEO. So as you may have figured out.
Yeah, that's very interesting. Tell us, because I'm in Italy as well, and so I'm very interesting about this. What do you think about non-English marketing? You talk in terms of software, or in terms you talk in terms of affiliate and SEO ranking?
I think it's a global thing, really. I mean, English has always been where it started. Well, basically the USA. But as a developer for SEO Content Machine, what I've noticed in the trend over the last year or two, even it's not even that old. So a lot of people are asking me, do you have a spinner for insert language here? So do you have a spinner for German or French or Italian? And consequently, there are not a lot of spinners in foreign languages. I mean, they're starting to pop up, but I'm starting to get this question more often. So I'm starting to notice that, yeah, it's an emerging market. It definitely is. And definitely more people are doing SEO in non-English. And
Non-English
that's
content.
definitely, yeah,
Yeah, and
that's definitely a growth.
what I think I noticed also as well, there was in Moz forum, Moz Q&A. I know that Moz is not that great for us black hatters, but sometimes there are cool people talking about stuff there, and they were telling how in Hungary and Google is doing nothing there, because I guess Google is much smarter at getting the index stuff in the US speaking countries, in the English speaking world, while there is still a lot of opportunity for scraped and spin content in other European or other languages countries. I guess
Yeah,
this is
that's,
the main thing, and also for sure the fact that SEO is getting worldwide, and more people are getting understanding the importance of it.
yeah, absolutely. So it definitely, English has led the way, and a lot of non-English countries now, I think they're following suit. So it's very interesting.
Yeah, that's the best period to enter a market. It was for sure 5 years ago, always before, but really the moment is now to enter also non-English speaking markets for both affiliate and doing SEO stuff. And who enters now and they get and they do the right stuff, for sure they will be rewarded in the future. And now, so then the second tool.
Yes, so the second tool, which is called Article Insights, which you can reach on articleinsights.com.
Yeah.
It's actually a rebrand, or I've done a rename. So some of you may have heard it. It was called SEO Cloud Content. It started as basically an experiment of trying to move SEO Content Machine, the tool, the scraping tool, online, because a lot of people were downloading SEO Content Machine, but they couldn't run it because they were running a Mac and they didn't want to install Parallels, for example.
Yeah.
So I moved everything online, but as I moved it to online and I got in front of customers and stuff, I noticed there was a slight change in the way people were using it. And this is kind of where the turning point is that what I've discovered was some people want content for their money site. So stuff that people are going to see, stuff that, maybe one day the Google spam team might actually review. And SEO Content Machine, right, generated content, you got to know how and where to use it. So tier 2, link building, stuff that people aren't really going to read.
Sure.
But if it's your money site, you're not going to go to SEO Content Machine and generate an article, put on there. I mean, you're basically asking for trouble. Right? But not look. There's a tool, and there's a way you should use it, right?
Yeah.
And not necessarily everybody knows that. So it was kind of born out of that frustration where users wanted something like a tool to help them write content for their money site. And that's where SEO Cloud Content, which is now Article Insights, that's where the experiment was born and carries forward. So now Article Insights is about helping people who need to write or content for their money site. So we're talking about purely white hat. People are going to read your article, but before you can send and build backlinks to your content, you need to optimize that content for Google, because Google can only rank you for like literally keywords and words that you have on the page, right?
So it's literally on-page optimization, automated tools, right? An automated tool for. And is it also writing? Is it also writing the content, or is only basically taking the keywords and optimizing and telling you where to go in order to optimize it for on-page?
So basically, all it does is you give it an article title, or go out and then do the research for you. Basically, it checks your competitors, and it extracts the content and finds the most important keywords that you're ranking against, or that you need to have on your page. So that's part A, is to having the right keywords. Part B is you'll group the keywords and topics so you know what to write about, and then part C is the research. So for every keyword that it's highlighted, you can click on it and you can find out exactly how people have written about it, how people used it, and you can use that as research to write your own content. Now, you can arguably use that research to build an article for yourself, but it's not going to be unique. And I want to discourage people from doing just exactly that. And how we do that is in Article Insights. We track how unique your content is. So you get a score. So if it's 0% unique, then you know it's something you need to fix.
So it helps you out both with keyword research, I get, and it does a little bit of copyscape stuff, and then it also as well. Is there also some kind of framing of what are the best tips for on-page optimization, like keyword density and titles and H1s? Does the tool?
So it doesn't necessarily do like your H1 and your tags and stuff. That's something that honestly, it's quite easy. Really, you don't really need. You could use, I guess, what's that plugin for WordPress users?
Yoast.
Yoast, yes. Yoast will tell you if your keyword's missing out of your title. But that's not necessarily the most important. The most important is that you have keywords in your actual article body. So it finds you.
Sometimes people get so much into H1's keyword density, and then they forget about LSI keywords and similar. And then Google doesn't even understand what your content is about, and so.
Absolutely, yeah. And I think and there's been an interesting article which I read on Ahrefs where they're talking about the old school way was you had like 5 keywords. Some of them were like long tail. You tried to shoehorn it into your article somewhere and somehow. But it's not necessary to do that anymore nowadays because Google's a lot smarter. As long as you have content with the right semantic, like related words in your body, and there's enough of those related words, you're going to start ranking for long tail anyway without you having to have that phrase specifically in the right order in your page. So we can break out the mold of saying you must have these 3 words exactly in your title, exactly in your body 3 times. It doesn't matter as much. Now it's more like, based on an article, you're going to have topics, and these topics are like a bag of keywords or words. You just have to use those words in your article, and then you're going to quite naturally start ranking or have ranking potential for a lot of long tail anyway without having to optimize. Google's a lot smarter now.
Indeed, a good practice is to have a big H1 with the main keyword, and then have a good long article with H2s. And for H2s, you use all of the semantic stuff, the LSI keywords, similars, and stuff that has to be inside. So that's great. You were telling me about Ahrefs a little bit, the blog. Do you use Ahrefs? Also, I mean, for yourself, what do you use to rank? What do you think about ranking? If you do it for your sites, because you were telling me before that you go more about forums, and you're very well known into, for example, BHW. And so what's your strategy for promoting your two products?
Okay, so my strategy for promoting, this is like a product, so I'm selling a product. So my first strategy is basically I reach out to the people that who are interested in my tool and find out where they live online, essentially. And the best place is forums. So that's why I always start my marketing. Is you go to forums.
Yeah, which are the best forums in your opinion for like link building, marketing stuff?
Okay, so based on like in terms of actual user, like people that actually engaged on forums, I'm finding that like Best Black Hat forum, they have a lot of users and they're very active. So if I post a
Black Hat forum, I've never heard of it.
Well, interesting. They started off as a small forum that basically ripped off the VIP section of every other forum. That's how they started life. But they've grown into quite a big monster now.
Best Black Hat forum. That's cool.
So what I found, Best Black Hat forum would be my recommendation because people are really engaged there, I find. Then the next one would be like would be Black Hat World. And then you've got the others. So Warrior Forum, and you got smaller ones like Traffic Planet. and there's a couple around, but the big ones really, Best Black Hat Forum and Black Hat World. Black Hat Team were Black Hat Team were kind of big, but I'm finding that
Black Hat Team?
Yeah, BHT, Black Hat Team. They were also a big one, but they're a bit quiet nowadays, so maybe give them a miss.
All right, cool. And so you were telling me about your promotion. You reach out to this forum, right, where you can promote, or the marketplace where you have to pay to enter the marketplaces or to promote stuff, and then you talk with people, and and I said you got a lot of good feedback on many forums. And also there are other members of the forum who are then promoting your stuff for free, just because your software is good, Seo Content Machine, and indeed, I started working on it as well, but then I will have to install parallels and stuff as well. So
that's true
for now. And also, you follow. You also hang out on Ahrefs. Ahrefs blog.
Yeah, so I read a lot of content on page, and sort of trying to figure out what people are thinking nowadays about basically on page stuff. And it's to do with article insights, because I'm launching that product. So so I'm reading stuff on Ahrefs, and
you read lots of stuff on forums in order to have the knowledge to put content as well on your sites, I guess.
Yeah, absolutely. So I keep my finger on the pulse, as it were.
You always have. So Ahrefs blog, Neil Patel, Brian Dean.
Yeah, look, Ahrefs blogs, but to be honest, no one is just like in particular. Like I just Google it, and I think I've subscribed. You know what I mean? And then you get articles and blogs that pop up.
Sure. So that's great. And what kind of code do you use for your software programs?
Yeah, so SEO Content Machine, I use .NET, and that runs. So it's built using C#, and it's a desktop app. So it's Windows Forms or WinForms. And then Article Insights, I moved everything online. So that's got a Meteor backend, or I should say Meteor, runs on Meteor.js. It's got a Mongo backend.
JavaScript, right?
Yep. And then the front end is done in React. React.js, yeah.
Do you think that, I was told like a couple of days ago from a friend of mine that in 5 years, everything will become JavaScript. What do you think about that?
To be honest, I think it's already here. Like everything already is now in JavaScript.
Already?
Yeah, it's only because Node.js took off like maybe a couple of years ago. So you're seeing everything now is in JavaScript. But what's more interesting is that like in the last 2 years, there's been so many JavaScript frameworks and UI, just so many different tools that came out. There was too many, yeah. So literally, programmers were just getting sick and tired of it. So what we're probably going to see in the next year or two is it's going to calm down a bit and consolidate. But yeah, the shift is already.
What are what kind of the libraries that are going to be?
To be honest, the libraries are basically, you got to look at people like Facebook.
Yeah, React.
Like like the big guys, Facebook and like Airbnb. I mean, these are the people that put all that effort into developing stuff, and then they open source it, and then they say to the community, "You guys try it out." So
yeah, you're going.
Yeah, they have a lot of persuasive power. So you're going to see a lot of that.
At what age did you start developing Seo Content Machine?
Well, SEO, you mean programming or SEO Content Machine?
Yeah, I mean, since you got the spark and you thought, I gotta do this, and how do you also, I'm curious about how do you follow the schedule? How do you don't get distracted too much and
okay, so I procrastinate, so don't worry about that. I'm human like everybody else, but I have little hacks and ways to get myself working. But SEO Content Machine it's about 4 or 5 years in now. It started literally as, well, I've always been a programmer. I've always wanted to find ways of making my life on the computer easier. So I've always been writing scripts or little mini programs. So it wasn't that hard for me just to sit down and make something simple and then share it. And then from there it grows. So for me, I've always been interested.
So you started with a little thing. You didn't think straight away to, I've got to build this big software. You started, I've got to write this script, little thing that solved that problem. And then
absolutely. So if you manage to find a version 1 of SEO Content Machine, it was literally, I think it was just one screen, couple of tabs, and there was no scheduling. So if you scraped, you had to wait for it to finish while it was there. It was just
Yeah.
really simple, yeah.
So how do you avoid procrastination?
So there are some simple things I do. So one way is to get into the work mode, and the easiest way for me to do it, I think, is I find if I check my emails, it's about momentum, I guess is what I'm trying to say. So if I know I need to put in a big feature, but I don't want to do it today, what I'll do is I'll trick myself. So I'll just say, look, I'll just open my email and just check what's in my email. Inevitably, an email will come across that will say, blah, blah, blah feature isn't working and is broken. So I can't just email them and say it works. I need to actually then open up my box, load up my code and actually have a look at the program, see it's actually working. So by that time, I've just invested an hour into actually looking at code. Then it's not so hard then just to maybe tweak something or actually look at the bit of code, that feature I want to put in. So it's about momentum. So if I thought straight away, oh my God, I have to change, trying to add 300 lines of code, I'm going to psych myself out. But if I'm already in front of the thing and I'm already, one page away from where I need to start coding, then it's a lot easier. It's about momentum. So you just start with the simple things as well.
Yeah, I guess, they were like, start simple, trick yourself, and build momentum. We could write a book on on those three.
Yeah,
for sure.
Absolutely.
That's great suggestion. And you also were telling me that you do not live in Australia, although you're Australian.
That's correct. I was in Australia, but I moved to Thailand, so now I'm actually based in Bangkok.
And did you move as soon as the SEO Content Machine started getting traction, or did you just move before?
To be honest, the move wasn't related to SEO Content Machine or the traction with that. It came about serendipitously, if I'm pronouncing that word right. Basically, my friend had a wedding in Bangkok, and I was there. And then I was talking to my friends at the reception, and they were saying, well, because I was saying how much I was enjoying Bangkok and just going out and hanging out. And they said, why don't you move over there if you like it so much? So I seriously considered it. And then I made my decision and I came back to Australia and just sold everything. And I just did exactly that. I just moved over.
Yeah, you just move over. And now you're living in Bangkok. How old are you now?
I'm 32 now.
32 now. Oh, so you started at 27 developing SEO Content Machine.
Yeah.
And so before you had some kind of job as a programmer or something?
My history's a bit spotty, but before that, I was actually doing my master's in speech pathology. And then before that, I was...
In what?
Master's of speech pathology.
Speech
pathologist. Yeah, I'm actually...
Oh, yeah, okay, cool. Yeah, cool.
So I did that. And before that, I was teaching English in Japan and,
Yeah, cool. Cool. You're a traveler. For sure. And what are the tools that, like Google tools, Excel, whatever online, that you cannot miss when you either develop or use content, or either Chrome plugins? Do you use Chrome for stuff?
Yeah, I use Chrome.
Do you have a couple of plugins that you cannot miss, and you do want to suggest, just to make life easier, not only to make marketing or something like that?
Yeah, sure. So definitely for Chrome, if you haven't heard about it, there's a plugin called Momentum. Yeah. So do you know about it?
Yeah, I've heard about it, but
yeah, that's a good plugin to install. Basically, it like gives you an area where you can type in your goal for today. So I find that's a really good
cool, yeah.
Chrome plugin. For SEO tools, if I'm launching a new site or looking to start an affiliate site, it's a keyword research tool. So Google keyword tool is not bad, but I think, was it Longtail Pro works really well, actually. That's a good tool.
Longtail Pro?
Yeah, I think it's called Longtail Pro.
Yeah, Longtail Pro, yeah. But do you also have your own affiliate sites, or you only?
I have a couple, but mainly these are for... I have a couple of affiliate sites.
Great.
But these are mainly for like research purposes, and the reason why I say that is because
you just do it for to test on your tools.
Yeah, because that way I know exactly. For example, if someone wants to build like a big blog, like a spam blog,
Yeah.
I want to understand exactly what they mean by that. So I'll go and experiment with spam blogs. So I'll try the tools and
what I want to ask you is, based on not like reading online, but based simply on your testing and experience, what are the kind of stuff that works? What are the, like, adding pages? What are the things that you've seen with your eyes that say, oh, this is working fine, Google is getting traction on Google as soon as they do this, or some kind of time frames where Google says, because I've seen sometimes that, like, Google for a month they don't consider you, and then after that you start ranking and scaling. What are the things that you do not read but you felt on your skin about this, as little as they can be?
So for me, I don't look at. For me, SEO is something that I don't actively do, and what I mean by that is I don't actively try and link build.
Yeah.
And so what I focus then is helping users, helping people. So what that means is I'll write an article to help someone, and if you go to SEO Content Machine, there's probably 40 or 60 such articles where it's a FAQ to help someone, or someone's asked me a question and I've answered and put on the blog. And inevitably, what happens is that Google will index it, and over time, if you answering enough questions,
you will get indexed.
Yeah, you'll always get indexed, but then Google's going to start sending you more traffic as you build more authority online. Is how it works.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, that's the trend. And by any chance, do they bring any money, the affiliate site that you build, or is it only for?
The ones that I do build, like the small ones, yeah, they bring a bit of money here and there. It's nothing to really write home about.
Yeah, cool. But I mean, it's cool, right? Only for the sensation of it, for the little achievement, for sure.
That's right. Absolutely, that's correct.
That's right. Okay, I guess we covered a little bit of everything. What's your plan for the next 5 years? To build both, keep building SEO Content Machine and really scale it up, or to move more to article insights and focus on that more, or both?
I'll say both. SEO Content Machine is my bread and butter, and it's the one I've supported longest and I know the best. And definitely, the future of SEO Content Machine is most of the major features are done. So what I'm looking for now is to make it more run better and run faster. So we're talking about
make
optimization.
one Mac version for me as well.
Yeah.
For the Mac version, but that I imagine can be a mess. So it's better for us to install parallels and just how hard would that be to install to take the version of SEO Content Machine that there is now and then turn it into a Mac version? It would be impossible. Or
it's not impossible. Basically, the way I'd have to do it is I'd have to, what's the, you know, wine?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd have to somehow turn it into a wine bottle and then try and hack it so it runs. I've tried it before, but I couldn't get it to configure. So it's quite complicated. So I kind of, I have tested it, but I've left it.
Okay, that's great, Tim. Do you have any other? Oh, tell us a little bit about where they can find you, and tell me a little bit about who I should interview, of people that you've known into forums and stuff, that they really know, that you, I mean, got into talking with, that they really know their own stuff, and that everyone should follow and I should interview.
Okay. So sorry, your first question was
where
can you find me?
Yeah, sure.
So the best places to find me is on SEOcontentmachine.com. I have a contact page and a little chat wizard, a chat widget, or articleinsights.com. I'm always available by email. And if you want to email me, it's tim@ocher.co. So tim@ocher.co.
Cool.
Yep. As for people to contact or follow, there is.
I mean, even maybe clients of yours that maybe they showed their website. I don't know if they show you they show you their own website as soon as they have a problem or something like that, or people that in general you think are very knowledgeable, or you would just redirect us to just the forum that you told, Black Hat Forum, Best Black Hat Forum.
Okay. Actually, there's someone that you might be interested in. I went to the Asian Affiliate Summit, I think, AWA.
Yeah.
Yes,
Tell us
I was there.
about that.
So I was at that affiliate summit, which was in Bangkok, and do you know a person called Matthew Woodward?
Yeah, I've heard about him. Yeah.
Yeah, so basically he did a zero link building experiment to build his blog,
Okay.
and he built his blog into quite a big thing, and he earns quite a lot of money from it.
With the zero link building.
Yeah. So, but I think his secret sauce at the very beginning was he made like a really useful post. Then he went to the forums and then shared that, and then got a bit of traffic from there, and then from there he's just worked on just building his blog. So he's a really good case study for someone that's purely white hat,
Sure.
put the time in to grow content. And I had a bit of time to talk to him at the summit. So he's very clever guy. He's very switched on.
Cool. What kind of question did you ask him? If there's something particular you asked me, or just general strategy?
Yeah, so I just talked to him about his like how he got started, his general strategy, and then I listened to his talk. And one of the really cool sort of tips he gave us at the summit was in WordPress you can have a title, but you can actually install a plugin which allows you to experiment, like A/B test your titles.
Oh, cool. Cool.
Yeah, so you put in one title, and then the plugin will let you put in as many titles as you want. So I put in 4, for example. And what I'll do is you'll rotate your titles automatically on your blog, and then it'll track which one's getting the most clicks. And then the one that wins the experiment gets used either.
Oh, sure, that's a great piece of advice, actually.
Yeah. So the plugin's I think it's called Title Experiments.
Title
Literally.
Experiments.
Yeah, you just type into WordPress the plugin search and install it. That was one really, really, really good piece of advice. So.
Cool. And then at the show, you also were talking about Neil Patel.
Yeah, so Neil was also speaking. I kind of missed the beginning of it, but that guy, it was kind of interesting because everyone there was an affiliate, but he was trying to sell everybody on the idea of maybe you guys should go into products, like he does. He does all his big products, but he was just sharing with us basically all the little things he was using to sell his products. Yeah. But he's but he had really...
I've lost you a little bit.
Yeah, sorry.
Don't worry.
Yeah, so so I listened to his talk, and he gives a lot of just really good advice. But I think what I learned most from him was that he's very thorough with his follow-ups. So if you sign up to his webinars and given like a number, he has a little thing where he'll automatically call you if you don't attend the webinar, and his funnel is amazing.
His funnels are amazing. That's it.
Yeah, he leaves literally leaves no man behind.
Sure. There were other guys talking about that you attended, and they were interested.
A lot of them were affiliate based. So we're talking about super affiliates, people that are doing like 50,000 a day in revenue. So a lot of these people were talking about how to optimize campaigns, which I don't really do paid traffic, so wasn't that interesting.
They do basically, they do paid traffic, and then they monetize through ClickBank on their own sites or directly to the...
Oh, well, I mean, these guys will go to a network and they choose a niche basically. So ClickBank is one, but a lot of these people probably doing like health. But the interesting thing was that basically where the money is nowadays is Facebook. So everyone's doing Facebook ads.
Okay, really cool.
Yeah.
They don't do any more Bing ads and Google ads.
No, Bing and Google is always there, but Facebook, I guess the reason why everyone does
massive now. And what they do is they purchase ads on Facebook, and they redirect directly to the offer of the main house or to their own websites.
I think it depends on Facebook's policies. Like there's things you can and can't do.
Okay.
But from what I understand is that the reason why everyone was doing Facebook is because the targeting is really good. Like you can segment and really drill in to very specific.
Yeah, you have the pixel persona or audience.
Yeah, your audience. Yeah, so you can really choose like women between this age that love this interest.
Yeah, and that's what is interesting. And then based on people that clicked into your website, Facebook understand which people have gone into your website, and then you can basically roll out and make it better and better and better and low down the costs.
Yeah, absolutely. So
were there also some Amazon affiliates at the
Actually, I did meet some Amazon affiliates, but these people, like the person I met, wasn't running. I don't think he was necessarily running paid traffic to his site. So he was doing SEO. So he had a comparison website,
Yeah,
which
sure,
is
sure.
yeah. So he would have
Review
done it that
stuff.
way. Yeah, like a
Good
review
old school.
site.
Good old school. And all of the other doing pay-per-click, mainly in health, you were telling.
Yeah, so the majority of people there were doing paid ads, and of the people doing paid, I think the very large majority were doing Facebook because that seems to be where all the money is.
Facebook, yeah. Facebook plus health as products, right?
Yeah, well, it could be
Anything.
like so like health or
Insurance.
nootropics, insurance, finance. Yeah, but it was all about how to optimize your landers and blah blah blah. And there was also a little bit they're talking about how China's like the next big market.
The next
And
big market for sure, because they click on stuff in China because they do not recognize it's actually ads for now, at least. So everyone is crazy at clicking at ads.
Yeah, well, they're a big growth market. I mean, they sort of just come online, it seems, for affiliate marketers. So
that's cool. So cool. So cool. Tim, thank you for everything.
Yes.
I guess
No
the
problem.
interview can end now, and for sure, maybe we can do another chat in a couple of months from now.
Yeah, not a
And
problem,
I
Max.
guess everyone who really is into having lots of content to get spin or to get translated in other languages can really head out to SEO Content Machine, and as well for the more white hat article stuff, they can go to articleinsights.com.
Yes, that's it.
Tim, thank you for everything, and have a great night ahead, because in Bangkok right now it's 10 p.m. right?
Yeah, it's getting late, but it's all right.
Tim, thank you.
No problems. Thank you very much.
Bye.
Bye.
Thanks for